Okay, so we're recording now. It's 5 minutes after. Yeah. And wow, this is the assessment with Tracy, and it's July the 13th. And boy, you are tanking along here, Tracy. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go
It's
to
the
this.
13th. It's the 13th.
Okay. Okay. I thought
You were still in that shower.
I thought I said that, but anyway.
It came across 15th. I just maybe heard it wrong.
No, it's my English marbles.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Good on ya.
This is the assessment here. Look at this. This is where we go to another phase. And let me see if I can get this wider for you. Can you see that?
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay, well, you know it anyway, you wrote it. So everything's good, right?
Yes.
Everything's very satisfied, right? Very satisfied. Bam, bam. Fourth pane, bam, bam. Okay, so how were the stairs last week?
Well, I increased going up and down. Of course, I have, momentarily afterwards, I have my knee will hurt. Or if I move, like the other day, I don't know what I did, but I just sort of moved my leg in a wrong way. And of course, it just, whoa, okay, there's still it's still bone on bone in some places. But other than that, it just is, going up and down the stairs, and I'll feel it for a while and then it goes away.
Right. So you're going up and down, how many times?
Oh, let's see, I've increased it. Before I was just going down and then up. And then, let's see, I went down and then up. That was just I call that one. But I've increased to going up, going 4 times, which means up and down.
Nice.
One down, one up, but that's just one time. So, but I haven't increased it beyond that. But, again, it depends on if it's raining or not outside. And so, so I'm just, excuse me, I got distracted. My daughter's having surgery tomorrow, so she just got a hold of me. So, excuse me, I just wanted to see what she had to say. She's having her shoulder. She had a dog, 2 years ago, pull her shoulder out of socket, and they had to go in and repair her shoulder because it had torn the labrum on her shoulder. But she's having to have a repair of it, and that's what she's going for tomorrow. So she just wanted to send something to me real quick.
Go for it.
Okay, I can just tell her.
Yep. Yeah, so the stairs, how many steps are on those stairs? That's the question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's see.
I don't know. Let's see. 1. There's probably 8. Not a lot, but 8.
8, so you're going up and down 40 steps, is that correct? 5
well,
times 8?
Let's see. Going up and, 8, and I do it 4 times. So yeah, I suppose that's it. 8 down, 8 up. I'll do 16. 8 down, 8 up, but you only can count that as 1.
Right. So that's a lot of stepping.
For me, it's a lot of stepping. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going, I have to hold on to the railing, but we do it.
Wow. And so let me just see that I'm on the same page with you. You've got 8 steps going down, 8 steps going up, right? And you do the whole staircase 4 times?
Yes.
Down and up. So that's 8, 16 times 5. That's 32. Times 4. 32, Lindy says. I don't know.
32 steps.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So anyway, it's 4 times that staircase, and so that's where you're at now. How
Correct.
What would it feel like if you wanted to increase that?
Oh, I will. I just hadn't, I just had it, a little bit. I don't only did it the one, time, and then I increased it to 2, then I increased it to 3, and I increased it to 4. So I'll now increase it to 5, although we could probably go more. But so every week since we started this, I've increased it 1 time.
Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Sun salutation. How is that? That's a tough pose.
Oh, it's an easy one. I was a, having done lots of sports and stuff like that, but I also did ballet. And one of the things you had to do is you, of course, had to be able to extend down like that. That's one you asked me to do, to then just go down to my toes, and hold that pose. And I can put my hands flat on the floor. I have that much flexibility.
Really? Okay.
Yes, still
Well,
can,
nice.
even with my extra weight. That's weird, but it's cool. But I think that comes from doing ballet. So.
Right. Right. Yeah, that'll certainly help. Oh, excellent, excellent. And so when you're down on the floor, you're pushing back up into a back bend, and then you're going into the forward bend, the downward dog, right?
Oh, is that what I'm doing? Oh, I must have misunderstood. All right, so okay, so that isn't the name of it. I thought I was going hands up in the air and then bending over till I touch my toes, and then I just put my hands flat on the floor, and then I just come back up, standing.
Okay.
So
No,
that's wrong.
that's
Okay.
not. That's just the forward bend. No, the whole sun salutation is you put your hands on your floor, you step your feet back, you go right down until you're just off the floor.
Okay.
And then you push back up, and you go push back up. You
bend your back. Oh, okay. I'll try that. Okay, I had that wrong.
And you go the other way, and then you go into the downward dog.
Arch your back.
And then you stretch, and then hold that downward dog for like 5 breaths.
5 breaths. Okay. I'm not doing so hot then. Okay, 5 breaths. So I get that. So I go down, put my feet back, then I'll stretch up, then I'll curve, and then I'll come back, and then I'll hold myself up for 5 breaths. Got it.
Yeah. Now there is that video. I'm not sure if you have that one where I demonstrate that out in the mountains somewhere here. Did you see?
No, well, did you send that to me? Because I didn't see it.
I don't know. I was hoping I had.
Well, I wasn't with the electronics, and then of course I tried to go back and look at everything, so I could have missed it. Who knows? But I'll look again.
Yeah, I will too for you as well. So yeah, that's a really tough pose.
Okay.
To hold that downward dog is really tough. It's tough on the shoulders. It's just everything. It's as a one yoga pose, that downward dog is really, really good, because when you're in that downward dog, you can stretch all the hamstrings, you can open up the back, you can open up your armpits and get them really straight, get your hands flat on the ground, and really have the pressure of the pressure evenly across all your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, this we'll talk about that more after you've experienced it.
Okay.
We'll refine it as we go in. Good. I wanted to and I don't have this ready just yet, but I just wanted to go in and grab. Okay, I need to grab something here. One moment, excuse me. Where are we? Here we go. Last week's timestamps, which was yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just bring this up on the screen so we can just both look at it. And Okay, did
Oh,
that?
the new form.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. But I want to just check in with this. Last week I just did, yeah, I just did like a quick thing with you, right? And we were looking at the long-term goals. Right. One of the exercises we were starting before was to really assess. Yeah, this is where I want to take you. There's two things today. Really assess your medium longer term goals for the rest of this year together, or whatever the time is. And the other thing is we're going to tighten up the MEDs from 5 points to 4 points.
Okay.
Lindy had to
So we'll
run.
do it 4 points now. Got it.
Correct. And so we got, oh, and the fermented stuff, did that work for you?
Well, it's cooking.
Cooking, all right. Sun salutation, walk. Oh, did you get to walk down the block?
No, that was long term. That was
Right.
what could I do long term?
Yeah.
And instead I go down the stairs and I walk out onto the side yard and I walk to this one tree, and then I come back and go up, and then I try doing that, quite a few times. But I haven't. What I said would be to be able to walk down the block, and I haven't been able to do that. But then, I guess I thought that was long term. Go around the block is what I thought. Anyway, that
Well,
was
yeah. I'm just trying to sort of, respatialize where we're at.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Although I do go out and then I go barefoot. I'm barefoot all the time anyway, but because I think that's really good for you. And so anyway, so so then I go out and go to the tree barefoot and come back and come down the stairs too. So.
Oh, excellent. Good. And the cold showers?
I've been doing that every day, going in, and my hair doesn't look like that, but
Yours gets fuzzy, huh?
mine is anyway. I was struck by lightning when I was a child, and I got curly hair from that experience. It just lit me up. So now I always say I have naturally curly hair via the gift of lightning.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It was straight before?
Yep.
Isn't that right? Oh, interesting. I got hit by lightning a couple of times, but it never did my hair.
Didn't do your hair that way?
No, I'm gonna have to go out and stand in the lightning
storm. Of course, it does find you after you do it once. That's why you had it a couple of times. Yes, I do understand. Did you get one of those trees, where on your leg where it looked like a tree, where the energy came up your leg? I had one of those look like a tree.
No, it's
finally gone away.
It came down. It hit the hill just above me.
Okay.
It came down in the trees, hit a railing that I was holding on, and zapped down the railing that I was holding on to.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't, like a direct strike. It was just the residual stuff that had hit on the hill behind and was just like crashing down.
But still, it impacts you. That's still it does. It hit a tree that I was standing under.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. Sent me flying.
Oh my God. You're a lucky lady.
Yeah.
And are you still fasting?
No.
Are you partial fasting?
I am not doing that right now. I am starting again tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that, and it's really helping.
I'm going to go for 4 days starting tomorrow. So, but it's with I use the natural water, maple syrup, which is excellent nutrients and everything that's in the pure maple syrup, nothing that's, you know, I grew up, we would do maple syrup all the time behind our house, and the nutrients and stuff that come from it's just fabulous. So I'll be doing that with lemon, cayenne pepper, and
Yeah. That's it, right?
and wheat germ and wheat germ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So you're going to do a full day?
4 days, yeah. I do about probably about 60 ounces of I make up a huge thing of it, and then I drink, you know, for the full day I'll drink around 6 10-ounce glasses periodically through the day.
Nice.
For 4 days.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, excellent, excellent. I've been doing a partial fasting, 20 hours, and then I'll eat for 4, almost solid.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. I've heard of that. I've heard of that I've seen that's something that people do that's really good for them.
Yeah, it's really helping me. It's really helping me get.
Okay, so that's a good thing to know. Okay.
My energy back. Yeah, you can do a 16, 24, 16, 8, 18, whatever it is, 6, 20, fast, 4, eat. And so I'm trying to get into the habit of just eating between like 10 till 2 during the day.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I have breakfast at 10, and then I make myself something really yummy just around 2 o'clock. Steamed veggies. I had a whole bunch of steamed veggies yesterday that I made up, and that was my main meal. Yeah, it was wonderful. And
that's a good way to do it.
It works. It's a good method. I've been just investigating different stuff I've found some different apps that actually help. You set your fast time and what you want to fast, and you go like, okay, I'm not going to eat from now. Click, right? It closes off that window, and then it runs its 18 hours or whatever it is, and it says, oh, you can go. You've managed your fast. Congratulations.
Ding, ding, ding! You can eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, those are handy. Well, the one that I'm using now is Zero, but it's kind of complicated. There's some simpler ones out there. And
I'll check into it. Thank you. That's good information.
I'm a big fan of using apps, or the cell phone or anything, but hey, it's what it is. And
okay, that sounds good.
So yeah, what else? So we're going to change the MEDs. Lindy had to just step out, so I'm going to reiterate it. We're going to change the MEDs to 4 points.
Okay.
And what else did we say? Well, you're going to be doing your fast. So
right.
Let's write those down in the notes here.
4 days, okay, with that drink. Yep.
Right. So 1, change MED to 4 points difference.
Okay, I'll do that.
What that's going to do is that's going to create more MEDs for you, right?
Okay. Because
now we're tightening up the spread, and this is where you're going to sit now for another. This 4 points is practically. If you go 3, it's like too tight.
okay.
You can practically do it. But 4, once you've stabilized like you have, which actually we didn't look at the MEDs yet, so we'll look at those in a moment. So the second point was your fast, your 4-day fast.
Okay.
Excellent. And then steps. I'm so proud of you. I don't like to use the word proud. It's got sort of connotations of ego in it and stuff, but you know what I mean. It's like
I do know what you mean.
Bam,
Thank God I can do them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the 4 was, I think we're not there yet. But I just got those in notes so that we can look at those. But I really want to look at the MEDs now, because those are kind of cool. Just to take it again. Okay, so there's the whole picture that we've been working with. Week 2, you started at, you had a total of 27 MEDs, and 1, 2, whatever weeks, 8 weeks later, you've got 8 MEDs. So that's excellent. And so really the whole system is stabilized, and the bus of the brainstem there is really communicating pretty evenly now.
And I've noticed when if I do it after I've meditated or I've done something where I'm in a meditative state, you know, there are definitely less than if you're not.
Right. So let's have a look at this one. How do I get this to move? Not that way. I'll get it to open up on the bottom. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, week 9. There we go.
There we go. All over here. I'm sipping over the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can see.
Yeah. Go through those.
Meditation times. Yeah, it's really weird, but oh, this is kind of cool.
Right.
When you connect with that, like you call the ether, when we're connecting out there, really, wow.
And you had a much stabler week in terms of sleep hours.
Yes. Yeah, without that going on electronics or anything. So that was good.
Right. Oh, by the way, did you get a chance to look at that new form that I sent you the link to?
Yeah, I sent it in.
Okay, let's also have a look at that, because it would help me to discuss that with you. Because
okay.
I don't know how it is your end going
Okay.
through that form. Where are we? Over here. And let's refresh maybe. No, I don't. For some reason, I'm not seeing it. It could have gone to a spam. Let me just check.
Well, if you have the form, just go over the form.
Yeah, right. I don't see it there. Okay, I've got to find the link to it now. Good idea. Here we go. Now it should be loading. Now we need to share that screen. Do you see the screen, or am I sharing the wrong one? I'm probably sharing the wrong one.
I'm
double check.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. That should be coming through now.
Yep, seeing it.
Okay, so now, yeah, it would have been handy to have your numbers.
Well, I can tell you what they are if you want to know.
Okay, how about the non-native EMF exposure?
How many hours?
Yeah.
I think I was probably 4, but that was just looking at what I averaged. I was just thinking about last night, but you know, after watching the information you gave about Bhutan and the electricity that's going through all the time, I'm guessing probably it's all the time, because we've got Wi-Fi through our homes. Right. So I don't know if there's any downtime. You know, I could shut it off, which I did do. during the days I was told to be without electricity, and just said, well, you were just shutting all that off, so I didn't have it. But so I'm guessing on a normal day, I don't know that I have downtime from it because of that.
Right.
So it's possible I just need to shut that off. So at least when I sleep, we don't have that going through.
Yeah.
But there's probably other stuff anyway, like you said.
Well, no, that's huge. Because the density of the Wi-Fi microwave, is huge.
Okay.
Not as big as when you're holding your phone, right?
Right. Right,
Obviously. Now what I do is well, it's easy for us. We don't have much electrical stuff here. I just unplug a few things and everything's dead.
Oh, good.
And but even your power supplies for your computer, they send out noise all the time.
So make sure you're shutting those down when you're not using them.
Well, you're actually unplugging them.
Oh, unplug them. Okay.
Because even if the computer's shut down, the power supply is still ticking away on rest, but it's still ticking away.
Okay. I see what you're saying. And of course, it's easy when it's on one of those, when you've got it plugged in, because you just hit the button and it'll just take it off.
Right.
On a power strip. Yeah.
Right. Now, the same thing with your stove, your fridge, all of those now have, they talk to the internet.
Oh, not our stove. Ours is an old
All right.
gas stove. It's a gas stove.
Perfect.
And it's old.
Perfect.
It's an old gas stove, but of course the refrigerator, no, that's on.
Yeah, you can't help with that one. The Wi-Fi, if you can, I would suggest you go to looking at how you can hardwire. Okay.
See what we can do.
Because your computer usually has that, I forget what the plug is, but a cable plug thing. I forget what it's called.
Right, that you can just plug into your phone. Yeah. It's got that.
RSJ, whatever it is. But that one you can hardwire. When we used to have satellite here, we hardwired the computers and stuff. What else we got noise there wise? You're not close to a tower or anything?
No, but of course you have the power lines coming into the house. Everyone has power lines coming into the house.
Right. Well, we're not going to change that one. We just need to.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to see on that one.
I'm glad you told me all that, because I can shut the computers. I can just shut off the power, to the computers, and that will shut off the Wi-Fi. So we'll be done with. That's all I'd have to do.
Okay. Right, and then reboot, and when you're online, shut it down.
Shut it down. Perfect. Great idea. And of course, I always shut my cell phone off when I'm, I have it on during the day, or if I need to hear from people, but it's not near me. I always have it someplace else. And then, but of course, I had it off during the time that I was away from electronics.
Right. Good. And I'm just going to actually check your form here. I can do it on the back end.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to do it.
Activity 8. Here we go. That's you. We got 2 of them, right? Excellent. So let's have a look. Spam mark it as red. So what does that mean?
It did it twice. It hiccuped or something, and I got 2 of them back.
Oh, okay. There we go. There it is. Exercise. So now I have to look at.
Yeah, I know. To go back and go, what does that mean?
Yeah. So what I'm trying to do here, Trace, is ask the questions so that the beneficial ones have low numbers and the bad health stuff has high numbers.
High number.
So that
Yeah.
one could actually do a score down here and do a quick assessment with it. Motivation.
Except the motivation one,
Right.
you know, I think you had it flipped.
Probably.
And so that may have been why that one's high.
Yeah, you're correct. How motivated do you feel? 0 is positive, 0% is positive. 100.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I did that wrong. Okay. It would have
Well,
been
this is
0
the-
because I'm 100% motivated is what I put in. I guess I did that wrong.
Yeah, what's difficult here for me is to word this in such a way that it's easy for people to catch.
Well, it would be. It was on the others. I don't know why that. I guess I'm so used to being 100% motivated. So, you know, that's usually where I'm at. That's lucky. I have that
Right,
ability. Yeah.
yeah.
But we're 50-50 on the nutrition. There's one you asked a question that you said, ask me, and I think you meant to say, tell me.
Right.
When you get down to the bottom,
Right,
one, tell me.
I see it.
It says, ask me in 55 words. I thought you meant tell.
Tell
You probably
me.
need to put tell me. Yeah, tell me. I could have made it into a question.
Oh, that's what that one is. Okay. Oh, great. Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that. That helps me.
Okay, and it was pretty self-explanatory. Isn't that funny on the motivational one? I looked at that and said, well, I guess he's really asking because everything else was low. And for whatever reason, my mind computed it to high. So
Yeah, I can understand. Right. Oh, cool. Okay. So, let's get back to unsharing screen. There we go. And so, I think the third thing I think we should consider now is because, you know, we're in month 4 now. And this is up to you, but I don't think we need to meet every week.
okay, I think you're right.
Unless we do, right?
Unless I say, look, we really need to meet this week. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So I was going to suggest we meet on the 1st and 3rd Mondays of the month.
First and third. Okay, that sounds good.
Does that work for you? Which
Yeah, that works for me.
which puts us this month at the 2nd. So let's do the next meeting on the 27th.
Okay, hold on. Let me
No,
take a look at.
Hang on.
Okay, so yeah, so that would give us yeah. Okay, so we'll do the next one on the 27th. And then if we look on to August,
Right.
if we're going to do it 1st and 3rd, then it's the 3rd and the 17th. Okay.
Well, which wouldn't, hang on, that's not going to fit in. That's just
Okay.
1 week. So it would actually be the 2nd and 4th.
So we'll do the 10th and the 24th.
Let's see if that works from the following.
Look at your, yeah.
2nd and 4th works for September.
Okay,
works for
2nd.
October.
So it looks like it's the 10th and the 24th for August. And then September, what did you say?
September would be 1428.
1428. Okay.
October would be 1226.
Okay.
And November would be 923.
923.
And December would be 1428, which would be right after Christmas.
Okay, that works. So we'll just take it through that for that, and then
Right.
I'll just set it up in my calendar so that I've got it down. Okay, good. So
Yeah.
perfect.
Did you get those, Lindy?
Mhm.
So August was
10,
10.
24.
Okay. Okay, so we got them here too. What
Okay,
I'll
great.
do is I think I can set up some email reminders on those dates.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
And
that
then we- and
just
then
in case.
well, yeah, just so that we know.
Now, do I report only on those days then? That would be the other thing.
Oh. Well, the assessment, yes. The ninja ones, I think,
Just keep sending you the ninjas.
Yeah, keep on with them.
All right. So I'll keep doing the ninjas and send those every week.
Right.
Every week, the ninja ones. And then the assessment on the days we are talking.
Right. And so the meeting dates would be the 2nd and 4th Mondays. I'm just writing this down in your notes too. And yeah, keep up.
Okay.
Because the Ninja 2 readings, I think, are crucial to us. It's Ninja 1 are crucial to us in terms of like keeping this whole connectivity.
Brain, that's a really good idea.
So now you're going to be
24.
tightening up these to 4.
Right.
What's going to happen is it's like forcing the system to hold a tighter spread now, which it probably already
that's
is.
good.
Right? It's forcing the system to act within a narrower boundary and then helping with the MED, helping wherever it needs that help. And
got it.
we could have gone through this week's numbers and had a look at those and see how many more MEDs would have been applied because of those numbers if you had gone to a
Good
4th
point.
spread. That's what's going to be happening.
Okay.
I'll give you a picture there. So the veg is on the way. The fermented veggies. I'm just going to write in process. How long have they been cooking, so to speak?
Five days.
Good. Okay. Well, that's 5 days she's had the
Yeah, I don't know the climate there. I don't have any experience with these.
yeah, it varies with the climate how fast it ferments.
Oh, okay. Well, we're in a central air conditioning, so I put it in a pantry, where there isn't a central air coming into it, but I'm sure it's a lot cooler.
Right.
Because of that, excuse me.
Once it's sour, it's good.
Once it's sour, it's good. It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll ask, I can always email you and ask you if if I'm not sure. But I know you had told me it would be a while. It would be, well, it depended on how it goes. Yeah. But you said at least a couple of weeks.
Right. I would test it after a week and just taste it.
Okay. All right. So in a couple of days, I'll see. Yeah.
And if there's any white molds growing on it, just shake it and just stir them back in.
And sometimes you have to add water or pour off.
And sometimes the water will start to bubble out the lid, or try to as it's fermenting. So you have, and sometimes you need to add a little more to keep the veggies submerged.
Ah, okay, that makes it, kind of pop it, let that out, and then okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lindy.
Yeah.
Takes practice.
Right. So
I'll learn. Now if it explodes, I know I didn't do it right. And we'll start again.
Right. Hey, I have a question. I have a friend who does has been doing sweat lodges forever, and he's really in tune with that your whole history and everything, right? And I was talking to him yesterday, and it suddenly occurred to me, it was strange to me, but this is maybe a little provocative, this question, and I don't mean to be that. I just wanted to.
No, just go ahead and ask.
I'm going to go ahead and ask anyway. Why would your university want you shut down when you got that virus and basically put you on lockdown 5 years ago? Is there any political reason why they would want you out of the system?
Who?
Well, your university you were teaching at.
Oh, the university I was teaching at. Well, I had to step back because I had a virus that was contagious. That's why.
Right. But viruses don't exist.
We know that, but that was where they were coming from, and I know that now. I didn't know that,
Right.
but that was part of it. I could have given it to my students, and so therefore, that is why I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I would personally step back anyway. I stepped back from my sweat lodges as well. I had to step back because I could do it with my husband and stuff because he's obviously it's not affecting him, right? But we would do them, but I didn't go to group things. I just didn't go to group things because I did not want to be the reason for somebody, because I didn't know that viruses aren't real. I didn't know that. So I didn't want to be the reason someone else would get this, which is really, was not nice. I didn't want to impose that on anyone else.
Right. What were you saying, Andy?
What did they call the virus?
What did they call the virus? Did they have a name for it?
It was a new virus, and they didn't know what to call it. It was a I'd have to go look and see what the name. I mean, they said what they thought what it was, and it's got a number. So I would have to go look that up because, of course, I just put that away. It must have been something in my head saying this must not be right, but I just put that away and said, I'm just going to, move beyond this, because I knew on a spiritual level, I felt I was taken out and having to be by myself for a reason. I recognized there were many things, and during that 5.5 years, many things that I did, to work on myself. And it really, you have nothing else to do but work on yourself. Of course, I was depressed for a whole year, but after I got over that,
Right.
I'm not perfect in everything. I got, I went down the rabbit hole is what I always say. And then once I finally got on the other side, especially when I stopped taking the horrible, horrible medicine, prednisone, I got beyond that prednisone and things started to change. So really that, the suppression that happened with me then, but I have understood there was a reason that I needed to go through this on a spiritual level. And that's then where I focused. I focused on doing that. But why the university did that was because of the what the doctor said was contagious. And I listened because I didn't know.
Right.
Should have found you 5 years ago.
No. It wouldn't. I wouldn't have been. I knew about this stuff, but it was different. See, what I've seen happening is that they're shutting down people who are spokesmen or spokeswomen for.
Oh, I believe that. Yes.
Right. And I'm just wondering if you were a threat to their system and they just like went, meh.
I don't know. That's an interesting thought. I actually don't know that it would be that, because I had all kinds of student issues that were wonderful. I mean, I didn't have issues. I had they would do a assessment of teachers, and the students had to assess their teachers, and I always ended up at the top. And so they don't get rid of someone that's helping keep the students come in. So that doesn't make sense to me, because I was one of the top ones, always getting this award, which I always went, I could care less, I could have cared less if I got an award. I just wanted my students to learn. I wanted them to know how to do it, and I wanted them to become self-actualized. I wanted them to take responsibility for themselves. And I don't know, maybe they got rid of me because I was doing that, but I doubt that. It was the virus that did it, and they would check in with me to see if I was coming back. Students would get a hold of me. They want to know where you go, Well, then eventually I just said, no, I don't think I'll be coming back. And I told them goodbye.
Right. I understandably. But do you know of anybody else that had a similar situation?
Oh, I know of people that had, yes, of course, where it ended up being their doctrines and the kinds of things they believed in. All of a sudden they had weird stuff that, would happen with them, and poof, they're gone. Yes. I knew professors that happened to.
Interesting.
Yeah, it does. It depends on your,
Right.
it truly is something that is a very big part of an educational system. If you don't fit that mold,
Exactly.
yeah, you don't stick around,
Right.
I didn't care if I fit a mold or not. I cared about the students, and that was my focus.
Right.
And of course, I was a prayerful person, in my way, in my native way. And they didn't think that. I think I was probably a plus in their numbers, but
Right. Right.
they have to have so
Right.
many minorities, kind of thing.
So if this was the case, that doctor would be in on this whole censoring tactic,
They might be, I suppose.
because, your will was to self-actualize the student, which is where we should be as teachers, right?
Correct.
But
Correct.
that is not what the university or the system wants.
Often they don't. Yeah, that's true.
Right? They may appear to, but really that is just a
Yeah.
token appearance.
Yeah.
Because Doug, we were talking about, I was just mentioning you as, being a client. He was like so happy for you because I did similar thing for him. And it came up in the conversation.
That's great. And sweat lodges, I think they're very, coming out of a sweat lodge, when you do sweat lodges, what you're talking about, making sure you do the cold water thing, that would be perfect. It's like coming out of a sauna and, jumping in the really freezing cold lake.
Right.
That to me would really be a good thing. And I think it would help people. But I think people's doctrines can get put by the side. I think, quite frankly, I recognize that in our world, there are so many there's monitoring going on, and they will shut down people they don't think are monitoring in the way they want. I
Right.
personally believe that they prefer to have disgruntled and negative people. They much prefer that energy because they can feed off that energy. Positive energy is hard for them to feed off of.
Right.
That's my take on it.
Yep. I agree.
So I continue to only be positive, and that, I don't know if that, but I can't imagine, but it could be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because my direct administrator, she got let go and a new person got brought in. So, so I think she got rifted in that way as well, because she was one of those real positives.
Right. Yeah. Thank you for helping me understand that a bit better from your perspective, because, this root censoring that's going on,
It's I do know.
Prevalent anywhere. And I just wanted to touch base with you because I think there's a different angle that we need to, one is, and I've done this a lot, is retreat into the spirit and become the hermit and go barefoot and live in the hills, right? And there's that type of a warrior, but there's a totally different warrior that can go into the court or go into the hearing and say that piece that they need to say to the rest of society. And so the society maybe can evolve and learn. And of course, with this quote pandemic that's going on now, a lot of people are having the wake-up call, right? Like never before. And so that is huge, because what better time to wake up, but what a difficult time to do it, unless you can go inside and do it yourself and get on with it, right? Because nobody's out there is going to be helping you. It's interesting.
Yeah, we are moving in a whole different density as well. And those who are choosing not to be on what I call a positive place are going to get left by the wayside. Those who continue to increase their, what I call their vibrations, you're going to find that, we're going to move forward, but others are going to have a more difficult time. And they are right now. It's kind of a madness sometimes.
Yeah.
But I always recognize anyone who's got the madness going on, having a real hard time acting out in really negative ways. They're part of the control. It's really, they're putting their clutches onto everything. They're the ones that, of course, are, coming from a negative, and they're concerned because they're going to lose control.
Right.
People are awakening.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty. People are awakening, and God bless them.
Yes.
Yeah, God help them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So in some cases, it's probably good you're where you're at in Hawaii, and it's probably good that I had to start early being here, by myself.
Yep.
And of
Yep.
course, my teachings and stuff are just to a small group of people. Not everyone. I've made them public recently, but you can't find me on search engines. I've set it up so you don't find me on search engines. Now, of course, they will see what I'm writing, but because they get through all that. But it isn't public unless you know that I've done that, or you connect to my site and just go there all the time.
Right. Right.
But it isn't set up for folks to be able to find me. And I did that on purpose, of course,
Good for you.
But that's just part of, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of what comes through. And, and I always say, take what works for you and leave the rest. Nothing I say is true unless it rings true for you, because each of us has our own way in which we have to process who we are. And whatever comes, whatever I share belongs to whoever it resonates with. If it doesn't, let it go.
Right.
Find what resonates for you. That's what we're here for. We're here to find what works for us. Not, I'm not here to change anyone. I'm just here to share. And if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, great. We're all here in the same boat. We're all connected. We're all connected to each other. We're all have that piece of God, our creator, or, great spirit, as I would say, in us. And therefore we're the same. And we're going to get back up there and laugh at ourselves when we get there.
Yeah.
Going, I can remember when you did. We were so silly.
Right.
And you took on that virus. Yeah, I really did. Well, I was really silly. But I do believe, that anytime I see someone, even those that are in that horrible place, they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And they are connected to me. And so if I can forgive and move beyond, they can live their life as they want, and I don't have them affecting me, because I don't want a part of that. That's not who I am. So.
Right. But there's certain values like you have in your traditions, which, like the dance and the fasting and that sort of thing, which, if people are not doing that, there's actually, they're hindering their development 100%, because until you master that mindset to go on that fast and get off the food and really tap in, it's a totally different muscle that you're creating there, right? And most people don't have that muscle. And so they can't resonate to those instructions or those recommendations. They just have no concept of it. And,
it goes right past them.
Yeah, right. Their eyes just glaze over, right?
Yeah. And it goes.
Well, I thank you for that message, Trace, because it's like, we have to remind ourselves, and you are constantly in that place to remind yourself of that connection with Source and how to really, that's
with whatever your source is. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
The juice.
Yeah, and it's just part of what I've been given as a gift. And so, and of course I grew up in a different way, where that we're constantly connected to the spirit, great spirit, we're constantly connected to Source. It's how we move.
Right. Right.
And you do too. you and Lindy, you also do too. So
yeah. So I'm going to end the recording here.
Recording.
And
Might
then
have to cut out some of it, but that's okay.
no. This is an important message
Oh,
for,
okay,
you know,
good.
for somebody that maybe sees this later. You know, an important message.
Yes.
You know,
Okay,
yeah, very important. Yeah. So let's finish this.